Most welcome to Awaken Citizen program, session 14. This session also divided in two parts. Part A, inventing new things, and part B, developing solutions to complex social challenges. In today's session, we will explore two more our knowledge possibilities. In part A, the first knowledge possibility we have is inventing new things. In part A, unit 1, inventing new things, introducing the possibility. One of our unique possibilities is to invent new things. Some recent inventions examples are washing machine, refrigerator, microwave, oven, mobile phones, televisions, music system, camera, cars, robots, and many more. And in part A, unit 2, we know about what triggers inventions. Let's look at some examples. So here is the first example. I can invent things to solve day-to-day problems. Refrigerators are very expensive, minimum 7,000 to 10,000. Ordinary people like vegetable owners, milkmen, villagers cannot afford to buy them easily. So in many places, there are so many power cuts that even if people have a fridge, it is of no use. तो ये दोनों प्रॉब्लम्स आपने देखी कि थोड़ा सा चीप भी चाहिए, सस्ता भी चाहिए ये, जिससे कि कॉमन पीपल भी इसे खरीद सके. दूसरी बात, जहाँ पर कुछ प्रॉब्लम्स हैं, जहाँ पर इलेक्ट्रिसिटी ढंग से नहीं आती है और फ्रिज होते हुए वो उसका यूज़ नहीं कर पाते, तो इन दोनों प्रॉब्लम्स का सोल्यूशन क्या होगा? So here one person thinks about that, can I invent a low-cost refrigerator that does not need electricity? So here meet the person who invented something to solve this problem. Meet Mansukh Lal Prajapati, a potter. He invented a clay refrigerator for people who cannot afford it. So that is only very cheap price, only 2,500. It requires no electricity. So यहाँ एक सोच ने कितने लोगों की प्रॉब्लम्स का सॉल्यूशन दे दिया. And this is the another example. I can invent things to solve day-to-day problems. Crayon colors often break. Also with use they become small. So these small pieces are difficult to hold and use. So we are thus forced to throw and these away. So here one person thinks about that, can I invent something so that we can use the small pieces of crayons as well? Here meet the person who invented something to solve this problem. Cassidy Goldstein. As a 11-year-old student, Cassidy invented the crayon holder. An interesting fact, a part of the money that shopkeepers make by selling these holders goes to Cassidy as well. So यहाँ भी देखा कि एक सोच ने एक नई इन्वेंशन को जन्म दिया और उसकी अर्निंग का पार्ट भी बना. And this is the another example here. Many farmers need to carry water from wells all the way to their field. ये बहुत ज़्यादा complicated हो जाता है उनके लिए. Diesel water pumps can be used, but they are costly for small farmers. So diesel water pump का use कर सकते हैं, लेकिन उनकी इतनी earning नहीं होती कि वो उसे afford कर सकें. So here are also some persons then think about that, can I invent something to bring down the cost and effort in irrigation for small farmers? Meet the person who invented something to solve this problem. Mehtar Hussain and Mustaq Ahmed, farmers, ये दोनों भी किसान ही हैं, invented a low-cost windmill which is attached to the water pump to bring down the cost of irrigation for small farmers. तो यहाँ भी आपने देखा, जब सोच यानी कि हमारी डिमांड बढ़ती है तो हम उसके लिए कोई ना कोई समाधान अवश्य खोज लेते हैं, जो कि इन किसानों ने भी खोजा. And here is another example. Existing way of taking silk out of silkworms. When people take out silk from silkworms, often a lot of the silk goes waste. Here you can see the silkworm cocoons also. So the person thinks about that, then can I invent a way to reduce the wastage of silk produced by the silkworms? Meet the person who invented a way to improve this. Kaushik Barua, class 9 student from Assam, from a family of people who grow silkworms. He invented a way to get more silk from silkworm and reduce wastage of silk. This is another example. Existing product, bulletproof equipments. People in the army and police wear bulletproof jackets, helmets, etc. To protect themselves. These jackets are very heavy. So one person think about that, can I invent lightweight protection equipments for our soldiers and policemen so that they can carry easily. So here is meet the person who invented something to improve the existing equipment. Makarand Kale, a sports teacher, developed a lightweight yet strong bulletproof of material using natural herbs. So here you can see the helmet and jacket. So students, this is 2 activities for you. Activity 1, look around, think of and share some day-to-day problems which need new inventions. जैसे अभी हमने देखा कि रेफ्रिजरेटर, जो चीप एंड बेस्ट रेफ्रिजरेटर क्यों बनाया गया कि जहाँ इलेक्ट्रिसिटी नहीं है या उन्हें प्रॉब्लम है उसका सोल्यूशन मिल जाए, और साथ साथ जो गरीब लोग हैं वो भी जो इतना महंगा फ्रिज नहीं खरीद सकते उन्हें भी सोल्यूशन मिल जाए. तो यहाँ पर एक नई इन्वेंशन हुई, बिल्कुल इसी तरह से जैसे विंड मिल की इन्वेंशन हुई, बिल्कुल इसी तरह से जैसे कि आपके जो क्रेयॉन्स कलर थे उनके होल्डर की इन्वेंशन हुई. और एक्टिविटी 2 आपकी क्या है कि थिंक ऑफ एंड शेयर अबाउट सम एग्जिस्टिंग थिंग्स दैट कैन बी मेड बेटर थ्रू इन्वेंशंस. यानी ये वो नई चीज़, ये ऐसी चीज़ें जो नई नहीं हैं आपके लिए, पहले से ही वो इन्वेंशंस हो चुकी थी, सिर्फ उसमें थोड़ा सा सुधार किया गया. जैसे कि जैकेट और हेलमेट थे वो बहुत हैवी होते थे, पुलिसमैन को जब पूरे दिन कई घंटे 8 to 10 आवर्स उन्हें पहनना पड़ता था, वो बहुत हैवी होते थे, तो उसको लाइट वेट किया गया. और जैसे कि सिल्कवॉर्म जब निकाला जाता था तो उसकी वेस्टेज बहुत होती थी, तो उसकी वेस्टेज को कम करने के लिए एक सोल्यूशन खोजा गया. एंड नाउ इन पार्ट ए यूनिट 3 we know about that. Then why is this possibility of inventing new things so important to mankind? So let's look at some examples. This is the example 1, the invention of the vaccine for polio. So polio, a viral disease, left several children crippled for life all across the world. So polio cases all over the world were rising in the 1940s. The invention of the vaccine for polio, after years of studying about the polio causing virus, Jonas Salk invented the polio vaccine in 1955. So Jonas Salk was a medical researcher. Because of this invention of vaccine, you can see the progress in India 2012. Then India is a polio free. Today most countries are free of polio disease. This is the next example, the invention of telephone. Graham Bell, scientist, invented the first working telephone in 1876. How has the invention of telephone changed people's lives? Because of the invention of the telephone, people from all parts of the world are able to communicate with each other from wherever they are. So you can say that inventions needed for, calling for inventors. A device to control body temperature in all weathers. a car engine to bring down pollution, a cure for the common cold, an invention to manage overcrowding, solar powered homes and buildings. So what inventions for the future would you like to make? Why? और अभी आप कोविड-19 वैक्सीनेशन के दौर से तो गुजर ही रहे हैं, तो देखिए जब ज़रूरत किसी चीज़ की होती है तो उसके लिए हमें इन्वेंशंस भी करनी पड़ती हैं, जिस तरह से कोविड-19 की वैक्सीनेशन की इन्वेंशन की गई और उसे एक तरह से हमें बचाने का प्रयास किया गया। और इस समय ने हमें ये भी सिखाया कि आगे फ्यूचर में भी शायद इससे भी ज़्यादा ख़तरनाक वायरसेस हम पर अटैक कर सकते हैं। सो हमें तैयार भी रहना है और नए इन्वेंशंस के लिए। पार्ट ए में हमने जाना कुछ इन्वेंशंस के बारे में और फिर हमने जाना कि उन इन्वेंशंस को ट्रिगर्स कौन करता है। फिर हमने पार्ट ए में ही यूनिट 3 में जाना कि जो न्यू थिंग्स की इन्वेंशंस होती हैं वो इंसान के लिए इतनी इम्पॉर्टेंट कैसे हो जाती हैं, क्यों होती हैं, जो कि हमने सीखा। एंड नाउ इन पार्ट बी यूनिट 1 एक्सप्लोरिंग द पॉसिबिलिटी ऑफ डेवलपिंग सॉल्यूशंस टू कॉम्प्लेक्स social challenges. And this is our second possibility we have. So let's look at with some examples. Another of our unique possibilities is to develop solutions to complex social challenges. So our social challenges like climate change, जैसे यूनाइटेड नेशंस का आप देखते हैं क्लाइमेट चेंज कॉन्फ्रेंसेस होती हैं वहाँ पर, माल न्यूट्रिशन, sanitation and many more. So let's explore some examples of people who have developed this possibility. Meet a person who has taken up the challenge of climate change and is building a solution for this. Al Gore. He is activist for the environment. He was the 45th Vice President of America, and he was given the Nobel Peace Prize for this work on climate change. So what is the climate change challenge? Due to increased pollution, there are many changes happening in the Earth's climate, such as higher temperature leading to melting of the polar ice caps, floods, etc. Al Gore wants to help people across the world realize that climate change is an urgent problem facing Earth, and all of us need to work together to protect our environment. Al Gore felt that climate change challenge cannot be solved by one man alone. So he worked with many different groups of people, and for this he used his influence to discuss with and convince world leaders to work on reducing pollution in their own countries. Organizing concerts, etc. He worked with scientists and promoted a NASA satellite deep space climate observatory that would provide a constant view of the Earth to track change in climate. He worked with investors to put money into technologies that help solving this problem. And for this, he worked along with NGOs to put pressure on industries and government to reduce pollution. In this next example, meet a person who took up the challenge of shortage of good quality milk in India and built a solution for this. Varghese Kurian. He was a government engineer working in the dairy milk department in Gujarat. He is known as the father of the white revolution of India, white because of what he did for milk production in India. When Kurian came to Gujarat in 1949, It was not easy for common people like us to get milk because of shortage. Agents took advantage of milk farmers and gave them low prices while selling milk at high prices to common people. Milk often got spoiled when transported to distant places. Often the quality of milk was poor and the prices kept changing. Korean wanted to make India self-sufficient in milk production so that India does not have to depend on other countries for the milk she needs for its people. Korean had to build a system that solved different problems for different groups of people. For this, he worked with village milk farmers and created the cooperative system, a company that is jointly owned by all milk farmers in Gujarat. Today, 3 million people had joined there, so that farmers get a good price and don't get cheated by agents. He built a system for taking milk from farmers and selling it in far off places so that people all over the country could easily get it without it getting spoiled. Thus, farmers also go better prices, and this milk is sold by the name Amul. And everyone aware of this name Amul. He supported new research and technology so that animals were more healthy and gave more milk and of better quality. Korean did this not only in Gujarat but all over India. The Amul cooperative system was taken to all parts of India in a government project called Operation Flood. So thanks to Koreans' effort for India, India became the largest milk producer in the world, even more than the USA in 1998. India doubled the milk available per person in just 30 years, 1972 to 2000. Dairy milk farming became India's largest self-sustainable industry. And now we get enough milk at a fair price that is of good quality. In part B, unit 2, a case study, let's look at a complex and challenge that needs a solution. So here is a slide in front of you. So what is the big problem that is shown in this picture? This is the problem of excessive traffic in cities, just like in Delhi. Did you know Delhi has 6 million vehicles? 1200 more get added every day. Most major roads are already carrying more vehicles than what they were built for, leading to traffic jams. Delhi already has one of the widest road network in the country. There isn't more space to widen the road further. Nearly 12 lakh vehicles going to neighboring cities like Gurgaon, Noida, etc. pass through Delhi every day, adding to its traffic problem. So only 41% of the people use public transport like bus for traveling. Use of cars is a status symbol. So who are involved in causing this problem? Think of the 4-5 main groups of people responsible for this problem. And think about that, then what will happen if this problem remains unsolved? So दिल्ली की प्रॉब्लम तो आपके सामने ही है, लेकिन ऐसा अभी और सिटीज़ में भी धीरे धीरे बढ़ता जा रहा है. तो सोचिए अगर इस समस्या का समाधान नहीं मिला तो क्या होगा? And at last, here is the summary in front of you. In today's session, we explored 2 of our possibilities. First is inventing new things. Inventors create solutions that impact our lives in many ways. Just like as washing machine, refrigerator, microwave, oven, mobile phones, television, music system, camera, robots, cars, etc. and many more inventions. Second possibility is developing solutions to complex social challenges. So those who develop solutions to complex social challenges deal with complex social and technical challenges like malnutrition, climate change and sanitation. तो आप भी कोशिश कीजिए, सोचिए कि जो लोग जटिल सामाजिक समस्याओं के समाधान विकसित करते रहते हैं वो कम से कम इस प्रकार की समस्याओं से भी निपटें, प्रयास करें उनसे निपटने का, जैसे कि आपको मालन्यूट्रिशन बताया, कुपोषित जिन्हें खाने पीने की वो चीज़ें नहीं मिल पाती, जो वो पोषण नहीं मिल पाता जो उन्हें मिलना चाहिए, जलवायु परिवर्तन, क्लाइमेट चेंज जो कि आज की सबसे बड़ी एक चैलेंज हमारे सामने है, सफाई व्यवस्था यानी कि क्लीनिनेस जो कि बहुत ज़रूरी है, जिसकी वजह से हम देख भी रहे हैं कि बहुत सारी बीमारियां हमें फेस करनी पड़ती हैं। और उसी तरह से जैसे हमने ट्रैफिक की और पोल्यूशन की समस्या को देखा। सो स्टूडेंट्स, आप में से ही कोई ऐसा निकलेगा जो कि इन किसी समस्याओं का समाधान ज़रूर खोजेगा और उसे लेकर आएगा। सो नाउ दिस इज़ द एंड ऑफ टुडेज सेशन हियर एंड होप कि आपको मज़ा आ रहा होगा ये सब करने में। अब हम हमारे सिर्फ 2 ही सेशन इसमें बचते हैं, 14 सेशन हम कंप्लीट कर चुके हैं। सो हैव अ नाइस डे टू डियर ऑल।